Yeah, that's exactly what we're about in the kitchen this morning. And whether it's achu from Cameroon or araish from Morocco, every African country has its own way of preparing tripe. And back home, we are known to love our very own version, Mogodu. And one of David Phume's favorite African dishes, soft-cooked tripe coated with a rich and spicy tomato sauce and best served with steaming hot pap. Or maybe even some ting, if you're that way inclined. Nicole is going to be helping us prepare this dish. I'm very excited to see this modernized kind of way of cooking it, because the way that I'm used to seeing it back home is nothing as fancy as this. It's usually just fire, dripwood, pizza, letswai, malamogodu, oli. It's like it's a messy business.
So I've definitely been learning a lot about these African dishes, and especially in culinary school, I feel like you can't not have an African dish if you don't introduce a little bit of tripe. So I'm glad that we got to do it this week.
Lovely stuff. All right.
I'm sorry for my parents that had to wake up this morning to the smell of the tripe. I actually pre-cooked it. Yeah, they're not used to it. Like for me, I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But
what did they say?
They were just like, "What is that smell?" And I was like, "That is tripe. Okay, I need it for tomorrow." So what I've done, as you can see here, I've pre-cooked this for 2 hours.
Yeah.
If you don't have a pressure cooker, it would be 2 hours. And like you say, in a potjie pot, you would let it go for a very long time.
Yeah, it's usually over like a long day's worth of activities that are happening at home. And so by the time you've exhausted yourself and you're tired from the work you've been doing, malamogodu is ready.
It's done.
Ting, you know.
I actually learnt a lot about ting as well.
Yeah.
There's a sorghum, and then you also get the fermented sorghum as well.
Hey, look at this. I'm very, very impressed with you. All right,
I'm a little bit cultured, you know.
That's awesome. I love that.
Okay.
So you've got some onions going already?
Yes, got some onions, and we've got some garlic and ginger that we've just finely grated. But I've conveniently bought these like this, because why not?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we just get that going in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit more oil because you want that onions to get a nice colour to it. Then we've got our spices. I feel like tripe blends itself beautifully to spices. I always know beautiful curry powder, which we've got in here. We've got some chili and some mixed spice. So you can add cloves, you can add allspice if you want in there. Star anise. I actually cook my tripe with bay leaves, star anise.
I was about to ask whether you could do bay leaves. Because in any curry, bay leaves, not so much star anise, I haven't. Because that's a pretty, I don't know.
It's
an intimidating ingredient for me.
Yes, just have one.
Yes.
Just one, or even half of one. They break beautifully as well.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pop this all in here. And then I'm going to put in our tin tomato. That is our beautiful curry tomato sauce element that we've got going there.
Lovely stuff.
And then I'll
Oh my word, it's smelling incredible. It's like, just eat that on its own.
Well, no, we can't leave our star ingredients
I'm just saying,
out.
it smells so good, you might as well. You
could totally. It makes a beautiful salsa. So we're going to add our tripe that I've cooked down. I also added an onion in there, that's why it's got this beautiful colour. All I smelt was actually onion this morning. It was it takes away the smell, but not the flavour so much. It adds to the tripe flavour.
Well, Nicole, right now it's smelling very good.
Cool, so you're going to let that go in here for 15 minutes. You want it to cook down. You can add yogurt or cream. So I'm going to add some cream in here. And
nicely.
then I am going to cook it all through like that. And then you're going to let this simmer down so it's nice and thick and saucy like I've done there.
Okay.
And because we've added our tomato catch, you always want to balance out the sour and the sweetness. So that's why I've got a little bit of sugar.
So this is exactly what I was trying to find out yesterday. So with tomato, if you're adding a lot of tomatoes to a dish, it brings a lot of acidity. And sourness to the dish. So then you balance that out with sugar.
So exactly. So one thing people don't realize how acidic tomatoes are until you actually have a little cut on your finger and you're working with raw tomatoes. It stings just as much as a lemon or salt on your fingers. So that's how you realize how acidic tomato actually is. And people tend to forget that. And when you're cooking it down, all that acidity, it intensifies.
Yes.
So you need to balance it out. Otherwise, it's going to taste very sour.
What's your kind of ratio tip? Is there one?
Well, I'd say if you're using a tin tomato or say 3 to 4 fresh tomatoes, about a tablespoon of sugar.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I would add. And then a little bit of vinegar as well. That helps with our beautiful tripe.
And then you're gonna just cook that down, and
Cook it
obviously
down.
the more you cook it down, the more it'll thicken in the sauce. If you want a little
Exactly.
bit more of a runny sauce, you'd add a bit more of the cream, those kinds of ingredients there, and then on a bed of something like pap.
On
or-
pap, I've done the stave of pap. I love stave of pap,
Yeah.
or krimmel pap, I would say.
Yeah.
There is a name for it.
For what?
For
Krimmel pap.
Krimmel pap. I just slipped my mind. Putu.
Oh, there we go. Okay, you go with
Putu,
that.
yes.
Papa ke papa batung. You know,
Putu.
pap
So you
is
can
pap is pap.
Pap is pap. Pap is not pap. I've learned that because you get the breakfast pap, you get stave of pap, krimmel pap, and then you get the the crust at the bottom of the pap
Bojojo.
with butter on. That is my favorite.
Hey, what?
Yes. Crispy butter pap with
Wait. Here's the thing. As a child, I always enjoyed the next day
yes.
when the pap has been made, and then why am I speaking sort of like you? There's that bojojo left, and then you warm it up,
Yeah.
steam it with milk. Because of the creaminess of the milk, and now you're saying with some butter. That sounds like it could be absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's like pap chips at the bottom. It's the best part.
Wow.
For me, that's my favorite way to eat pap, actually.
Lovely stuff.
But
Well,
yeah, this is it.
can't wait to dig into this a little bit later on. Plus, there's extra for everyone behind the cameras as well. If you'd like to try out this recipe at home, check it out on our website, expressoshow.com. Thank you, Nicole.
Pleasure.